I came up with the name Chaos because when it came to naming the company, the question was, I was floundering, and the question was, well, what's life?
What's
you? What do you feel defines your life? And I was like, oh my god, well, chaos. I mean, now my life is chaos. And it's sadly true. Chaos is good in that it allows for freedom to completely change your mind and go in the opposite direction whenever you feel like it, which is both of us.
Also, happy chaos is a really happy place.
It is, yeah.
I think things that aren't too rigid and aren't too organised, and that's when you get nice surprises.
Exactly.
So to let in a bit of chaos can't be that bad.
Very much dependent on the project and where we are and how much work we've got on, or kind of what mood we're in.
It's a real head-heart thing. You have to want to do something. And I don't think we're led by it being luxury. Maybe sometimes our taste on the other side makes it land there.
That's a problem.
But you've got to make sure you've got the time to do something that you can dedicate yourselves, that we both are excited about it. But you've got to be excited to take on something. I think that's the main rule.
Yeah, we have to know we're going to do it well. That's doing things badly is very painful.
We get super overexcited. So, there'll be a mention of doing something and we've already got 18 mood boards, a full collection, ideas of how we're going to launch it, and the people that we may work with don't even know that we exist yet sometimes.
Again, there's no hard and fast rule. We both are lofty dreamers. I mean, we've both kind of looked at each other and gone, yeah, you want to try and make that happen?
Good luck. See you Monday.
See you on the other side.
I think it's when one of us really gets a bee in our bonnet.
Yeah.
That something can't be done, but we really want it done, or something that just either of us is most passionate about, one of us will take it and make it happen.
Yeah, and sometimes it happens in tandem, but it's quite often that one of us will drive it and see it over. Largely because we're slightly chaotic.
The evolution is...
Yeah, if you've got,
the unknown is as exciting as what you're doing right now.
When it comes to our own projects, absolutely equally both super opinionated on it.
There's so many different layers, especially when you're working across kind of brand and content and printed magazine. There's such different things. And what's been incredible is how excited this kind of group of women have been to just dive into whatever it is we might be excited about that week. The trust is enormous. When you work with people that are normally in the photograph, they don't normally have much say in the picture itself. And we always find that quite boring, and we try and always approach editorial, especially, in a way that kind of the subject of the photograph is just as excited by whatever it is we're trying to create and say as we are in the process leading up to it. So we had the Disney was the fun, I think one of the funniest. Ismaya became Pinocchio.
She was
became Pinocchio. It was incredible. Ashley Graham became the lady from Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah.
And she knew instantly, there was kind of 20 characters, there was no discussion. That was who was her inner character. Michelle Gabert became Tinkerbell. For two very specific reasons. He's always wanted to be a fairy and he likes to only fly private. It was just these dedicated gut felt. So working with people that get as excited about these kind of little things as we do is such a pleasure.
Yeah.
It's, special.
The one that touched us the most directly was when Cara was going to the after party of Suicide Squad with all the team, and she asked us to do her and Margot Robbie together, and so we made them tracksuits with Suicide Squad embroidered on the back and their names, and they went out in these navy blue tracksuits, and they looked fucking hot.
When you get appreciation from audiences you didn't even expect to reach, I think that's the most satisfying.
He liked to enjoy himself, which is exactly how we are. We've always had a kind of very strong work ethic, but also, you know, it has to be fun. Even in the dreadful, stressful moments when you're basically sitting there thinking, I never want to do this again. By the time you've got out of the adrenaline surge, fixed the problem, you're on a super high, probably very unhealthy. Adrenal glands completely shot, but you're laughing all the way, you know.
To work with him over such a period of years, it meant it wasn't just kind of one shoot, one campaign, one season. You become friends, you become collaborators properly, I think.
Yeah, he taught us a lot as well. Like, you know, his kind of mantra of don't be afraid to fail, or you're never going to try. And
his excitement about kind of young talent, technology, that ever-evolving scape of everything. He was, rather than like sit in what some would say he should sit in his lane or whatever it might be, it was the complete opposite. He wanted to try everything.
Yeah, there was a really childish delight in learning knowledge, and his retention was just extraordinary.
Incredible.
I was a bit like sitting next to an encyclopedia that kind of spurt out things.
It meant you could never be too badly behaved and hope you forgot, because he would know.
Yeah, and you could definitely not pretend that you knew something you didn't, because you catch that and then you're like a complete dick.